and empowerment. Ladies and gentlemen, Larry Ivory. Larry Ivory.
Hey, host of the Wake Up Show. MC, talk to me, man.
Man, good morning, Mr. Larry Ivory and our esteemed audience. We have some of the most intelligent audience in the world. You know, these are business owners. These are the 9 to 5ers who make our country move. And today we are cracking it open, talking about the whole health of Black businesses. I'm excited for this episode of the Wake Up Show, Chicago, Larry. How you feel about this? Because I just think that they're going to truly benefit from this on today.
Oh, absolutely, man. You know, one of the things, MC, before we introduce our other co-hosts, is that the state of Black business has been a subject of that we talk about all the time. And when you take a look at the solopreneurs, that of the 100% of Black businesses, 96% are mom and pop shops. We do less in Illinois, less than what they say, $50,000. 70% of Black business do less than $50,000. Man, that's alarming. And the chamber is about trying to change that dynamics because when you have money, you have more choices, you have more political impact. So it's important for us to focus on this as a part of our agenda. And I'm also very excited about having a conversation to really kind of try to understand a little bit more and listen. We want our audience to tune in and to call in. You know, as we talk about small businesses and what we're doing, and I'm so excited that we also have our exceptional co-host, none other than the incredible LaDonna Raeh. LaDonna Raeh,
Look, is
talk
in
to
the
us. Tell us what's going on.
man. I'm telling you, this is how the week should go. When you have one of our largest sponsors, just invite us out to a soft opening. So I was able to actually take part in Wind Creek's soft opening this week. And this was where they made the announcement on Friday that they will be open starting Monday. This is a long awaited 12-year time frame that we have been waiting for. So they will officially be open
All
on
right.
Monday.
Hey,
But the night that I went, man, I think they laid out the red carpet. If you go to the Wake Up Show Chicago on Facebook, you will see my video where every when I walked in, they said they gave me, cheers, and everybody was just, hey, VIP treatment. And along with that, you got all you could eat from every cafe, every bar, every food counter. We're talking about steak, shrimp. We're talking about there was a pig being roasted. Now I don't touch pig, but but it
And
looks
those
so
who do now.
those that do, it looks so tender, you know. But we had a really good time. Lorenzo T. Hughes and myself were out there, and the slots were lit up. Now, I ain't gonna say nothing about how much I won. But it was alive and well, and just they have a 60 table games and sports book. It's been, like I said, Hazelcrest Mayor Thomas Brown was there, and then he also said that it has been a 12-year time frame that they've been working on getting this done, and it's obviously coming to fruition, and it's well worth it. And I totally agree with him. So yes, that was my tidbit for the week. And shout out and congratulations to Kathy Amos, our representative of director of marketing at Wind Creek Casino Southland. And they're one of our sponsors. So shout out to them for such a great experience. And remember, guys, go out there on Monday because you can pay a one price and eat at those food counters with that food I was telling you about. So
Absolutely.
enjoy.
Hey, let me say this, and then because Wind Creek is, you know, it's one thing they have a casino; it's another thing they have a community partner. And Wind Creek did a phenomenal job in terms of business opportunity and still has opened the door to the chamber. Our members participated. You had Boa Construction Company, who was a part of the team to build the hotel and casino. So a shout out to Boa, one of the great um, companies, general contractors in the country. And we had so many other of our members who participated in opportunities and so many more that I think will participate. So it's one thing to build something, and when you start off right, you'll end up right. And they put a real emphasis on minority participation in a big way, not just in the procurement, but also in the hiring of African Americans. I think you're going to find that in at this particular casino, you'll see more diverse dealers and everything else, jobs and opportunity. That's what you want from a real partner, and I think it's exciting to have Wind Creek uh, there, and I think we're gonna have a great time. MC, what's your thoughts on that, man?
The fact that Wind Creek has gone ahead and is opening on Monday. We've been talking about this for years. We've been talking about how much they pour into the community, how much they've sponsored the chamber. And when we say sponsor the chamber, we're talking about give the chamber the ability, the financial ability to educate Black businesses, to put on conferences that add to your business. And they were very, very, I don't want to say instrumental, because you know what? When you sponsor something, you're putting your cash into it, you're putting your resources into it, and the chamber then turns around and uses it to grow your Black business. So I'm very, very excited for them, and the continued relationship between the chamber and Wind Creek. I just think it's a win-win for all. And we've talked, we've greatly elaborated on the things that they do for the community, how the taxes are going down. The village there is using the taxes that Wind Creek would be paying to lower the property taxes. That is a very forward-thinking leadership, and it's all part of Wind Creek and their commitment to the community. So
Thank you, Wind Creek.
I know that's right.
Hey, instead of going to Indiana, now you have a place to go right here in Illinois. That's a phenomenal experience, and they're going to have a four-star hotel uh,
Yes,
open
Vegas
in
style.
February. And the other thing, guys, that we're going to do our conference, our 20th year anniversary will be held at Wind Creek for our state convention, and it will be off the chain. And I'm excited about being able to do the grand opening that they'll have sometime in February, as I understand it. So again, my hats off to Wind Creek. Arthur Mothershed, Roger, who's the general manager, Brett Pinkston, who've been working on this thing for a long time. I go back working on this thing with Wind Creek, maybe 7 or 8 years. I've been involved with Wind Creek, and I am an official ambassador for the Wind Creek Casino and Hotel. And Wind Creek is a phenomenal company that does more than just casinos. They're involved in hospitals, all kinds of things. So shout out again to a great partner and a great partner that works well with us. LaDonna, I'm gonna hit it back to you.
All right. Well, it's about that time. We have our commercial breaks at 9:15, 9:30, and 9:45. And I hate to cut it short, guys, but we'll be right back. You're listening to the Wake Up Show Chicago. Tell everybody. Be right back. radio, and YouTube. If you go to youtube.com, look for the Wake Up Show Chicago. Make sure you put Chicago in there so that you can tune in with us. Larry, I wanted to say we miss Buddy Love. He's not in today, but I
No,
don't want him to think that we forgot all about him just because
no,
he, went on a little bit of a 2 week hiatus. But I ain't gonna say nothing. I get on him when I see him.
no. Hey, Buddy Love is he's a man. He's the one and only, and we're so proud to have him a part of our team. He with the great coupon, what they call coupon, what is
Copon.
smooth beverage? A
Copon.
coupon. Oh boy, he gonna get me for that. But
Coupon mark.
shout out to Buddy Love as he's home relaxing, taking it easy. But much love to him. Guys, we're talking about today black business because that's who we are. That's what we talk about. And it's so important for our listening audience to understand why this is so important to us and why it's so important, I hope, to the whole communities. Because when black businesses are doing well, they employ people, you have money. And really, when you think about it, most of our problems are tied to money. Um, and our businesses give us a way to make more money so that we can do more things to help people. It's not just building, buying more cars and having all the things that you want. And that's important to have those things. But it's also your ability when you have more disposable income, the things that you can do for family, to pay off someone's debt, to do something to help someone, to contribute to charities. But when you're struggling all the time and you don't have money, it complicates your life. Even from a legal perspective, you got to depend upon a public defender who may have the best intentions, but may not give you the best legal representation. But when you got millions of dollars sitting in the bank, MC and LaDonna, that's a whole different attitude. That's a whole different perspective that we have. And so that's why we're here to talk about the health of Black businesses and what it takes to be healthy so you can grow your business to the next level. And I'm going to pass it back to our incredible co host. What you guys want to add to that?
Well, when it comes to the health of your business, we're often we some of us neglect the health of our own bodies. So if you're that person and you're not focused on the health of your own body, you have to look at your business as your own body and focus on the health. Now, I've got a couple of organ systems that I want to just lay out real quick, and I'm not going to go through too many details, but think about your heart. Now, if your doctor said something was going on with your heart, which I had a scare earlier this year, and it really shut me down for just a quick minute, but I had to make some changes instantly. If the heart of your business is your cash flow, that means that you're allowing flow to come through just like you would for blood. Okay. If your blood is not flowing through, then you got a problem.
Ooh,
And
yeah.
poor, say that again.
I said, yeah, you're right. You got a real problem.
Yeah, you got a problem. You got a lot of problems, 99 of them. But poor cash flow, on the other hand, can quickly lead to a heart attack for your business. Think about the brain. If something's going on with your brain, we're talking about leadership and vision. So your brain controls the body's responses to responses, decisions, functions, and so on and so forth. So if you're not clearly aligning your leadership to ensure that your business can adapt to growth and lack of growth, then you've got an issue. The other part of your business is your immune system. This is your risk management. So a strong immune system fights off illnesses. Y'all went out and got poked by the COVID vaccine. Never mind, I ain't gonna get into that. But we wanted to make sure that we were covered. We wanted to make sure that we weren't going to pass on anything to anyone else or get sick ourselves. But in your business, having a contingency plan like insurance and regular assessments, and accountant, legal access. You want to make sure that your business can survive during unexpected difficulties. And these are just some of the examples of what your business has to have in order to thrive. If you don't have a good digestive system, then your operations and processes are not going to do well either.
Absolutely. Hey, MC, you have a business and MC Printing who does world class printer. And I give a personal shout out because MC is a world class printing organization. Keys Union. And to the listening audience, if you've got some printing needs, call MC Pearson. He's a guy who cares about the community. He's involved with the chamber and all our chamber members. If you're printing, call MC, give MC the opportunity to show you what he can do because business is important to our survival. And what the chamber does is that we bring a lot of talented people because sometimes business journey can be, in some cases, a lonely journey by yourself. You can be stressed when you're trying to keep that business afloat, make money. There's a lot of things that's coming at you, and you got to be able to surround yourself with people who can help coach you, mentor you, contact resources, and it's important. And having a good printer, having a good marketing person like LaDonna Raeh and all the other people we have is essential to your own survival. So we're going to get right down to it in terms of what businesses need. MC, from your perspective, give us a take in terms of your business and what you can do. Yeah, MC, they can't afford not to have a marketing strategy. Because when you take a look at small business owners, their goal is that they got a product, good, or services that they're trying to get consumers to buy. And so it's really about sales. And if you want to increase your sales, you got to have, you can be a great company, but if no one know you exist, you don't have a good marketing strategy, you're already in trouble. So what we want to do is that we understand, or we're trying to make sure we understand from a black business perspective, a smaller business. And let me just say, we have what we call tier one, tier two, and tier three businesses. And the difference is tier one business may be a IEI, a Michael Sutton, or a Wilbur Millhouse, or a Ardmore Roderick, or a SLG. These are companies with size. They're doing, maybe $30 million plus or more. And they got money, resources. What they're looking for is an opportunity. Then you have the tier two businesses who may need some help in a different area, marketing, different things. But then the tier three businesses, these are the small businesses who are micro businesses or smaller businesses who are not doing above $250,000. And those are the businesses who we're talking about today. It's about what are your needs and how do we help you? Because if you're around in business and you've been around 5 years and your revenues are still the same and stagnant, then you're missing something. And you need someone to sit down with you and analyze why the business hadn't moved to the next level. And this is what we do. We help you to really understand where you're at. We give you a diagnosis by asking all the right questions. And then we connect you to people that can help you to help move you to the next level. And there are some of the things, like we said, that you need coming out of the gate. Sometimes if you're trying to do business with the government and different corporations, you may need to be certified. Now, certification has all kinds of different certifications. So you need someone to help you to get to that. Carlos Gutierrez with the state of Illinois is a certification expert, one of the leaders in the state when it comes to certification. But then you have all the other needs, access to capital. So let's talk about, guys, step by step, what are things that businesses have to have? LaDonna, give us, why don't each of you give the audience, from your perspective, one or two things specifically that they need in order to get in business to start playing the game?
And I know that women businesses, we often go out and get those headshots and we look so amazing. And that is part of your branding. But that's also the skin of your business. If your outward appearance protects the body and it interacts with the world, then why not make it look great? And that is branding your business. Once you have branded your business or put your branding strategy together, it needs to get out to your audience, your target audience, which is marketing. And marketing and sales is like the lungs of your business. If you are not putting together a marketing strategy, if you don't even know who your audience is, and someone asks you, who's your target audience? And you say, everyone, then in actuality, it's no one because there's no such thing as everyone. You have to have the opportunity to sit down with a marketing professional, get an assessment so that you understand what marketing has to take place in order to get your sales out the door and to your through your sales channels so that you can increase your revenue. And you know what that sound means. It means it's time for us to go to our next commercial break at 9:30. So we will see you when we get back. Don't forget, you can call us at 773-591-1690 if you have a question on the Wake Up Show Chicago. See you in a minute.
When we take a look at lower education, I mean, when you talk about high schools and primary schools, where you could have a significant black student enrollment. But the fact of the matter is, when you take a look at their spend and how much of that money has gone to black contractors, black plumbers, black heating and air conditioning companies, you're going to find that those numbers are pretty poor. And so it makes sense for us to take a look at how we improve those numbers, whether it be at the university, junior college level, or high school and primary school. We have to do a much better job where our students, when they get the funding based upon the students that are there, that we get a chance to participate, because there's a direct correlation between crime and the lack of economics.
All right, we are back on the Wake Up Show Chicago. I just want to give a big shout out to all of my friends and family that are listening. The ones that I said, I'm going to be on the radio. I want to say hello to you and I love you. And everyone else that's listening, we want to thank you for tuning in with us. We're coming up on the end of the year, but we could not have this show if it weren't for our listeners out there, not just in Chicago, but all over the world.
So, LaDonna, you just mentioned a marketing, and sometimes when small businesses think about marketing, in their heads, they may conjure up, boy, it's going to cost me more money than I have. And I can't, I'm barely making it. How can I even think about marketing? How can I talk to a consultant? And how do I use even social media? So let's talk just a little bit because we want to cover a whole bunch of things. We only have a little bit of time. Then I'm going to
Mhm.
pass over to MC. And MC, you can hit one or two areas that you think businesses getting started has to understand from your perspective. So down back to you.
Well, when it comes when you have companies that aren't putting money into marketing, they think that they can do it on their own. They might be right if it's working for them. But
Hmm.
if it's not working for them, then they may have to take a closer look. On social media, the good thing about like Facebook, I'll use that as an example. It allows you to actually do what's called digital ads. So if you have digital ads that are costing, so many cents per click, because you have pay per click, pay per impression, and so on, you are able to segment your target audience through something like Facebook and say, look, I want to reach people in a specific area that have a specific interest that are making a specific amount of income, employed students, whatever those segment values are, and Facebook will tell you how many people that would approximately be that's in their database. And you can determine what your budget should be for digital ad spend. Now, if you're not sure who those people should be, that's when you have to work with someone like myself. Because if you're selling, I always use cupcakes as an example. Can you tell that I love cupcakes? But not all cupcakes are created equal. So just because you have cupcakes doesn't mean that everyone that loves cupcakes are going to love your cupcakes. You have to have a differentiator. If you're not sure what that is, an assessment is definitely necessary. You have to know who you are and who you're selling to. And you also have to know who's buying.
Absolutely.
Once you do those digital ads, you'll be able to see a report on a regular basis based on how much your target audience is and how much your budget was per day. If you're coming back with higher numbers in certain areas, you may have to scale back on the other areas that are not getting the results that you're looking for and put most of your time and efforts on the people that are actually interested in your brand.
Wait,
That is
LaDonna,
how you,
let me just say this, and you hit on something I think is important, is that sometimes we do marketing and we don't even track what's really working. And so we're really, like shooting in the dark and hoping that something sticks. And
mhm,
so it's so important to have professionals like yourself and others who help people analyze what's working and what's not working at the same time. But for the sake of the time that we have, I know we got to cover a lot. MC, give us maybe one or two things, and why don't you talk about the competitive advantage that you need to have in the marketplace? If you're a business, what's your competitive advantage? Any other thing that you want to share in terms of what small businesses need to have in place in order to be prepared to just begin to get in the game and start the race?
Well, one of the things that small businesses need to do is, first of all, you need to set your corporation up right. Now, when I say set your corporation up right, one of the main things that happens, we provide apparel printing for other small businesses, right? People who are selling their own T-shirts, selling their own widgets, and and we'll print for them. So here's the thing that I find, which is one of the craziest things in the world. They're buying their supplies retail. They're going to other retail outlets. They're buying their supplies, and they haven't taken the time to get a reseller's tax ID number from the state of Illinois or whatever state that you're in, so that you can now purchase a wholesale. And now, when you're purchasing your raw materials wholesale, now you can truly compete and you can get a competitive advantage because one thing's for sure and two things for certain. If there are 100,000 people who have heard what I just said, you might get 15 or 20 of them who are going to execute upon what I just said. That are going to go, they're going to Google it. They're on Monday morning, they're going to be applying and they're going to get that license. And those 10 or 15 people are going to have the competitive advantage. So one of the main things that you can do to be faster than your competitors and be better than your competitors is to do the things that they don't do. Get
Absolutely.
there, set your corporation up correctly, get that reseller's license, find the vendors and attend the conferences for your industry. Seek out what are those conferences, because at those conferences, that is where you become even further educated. That's where you'll find more vendors that you can buy from. That's where you'll find more equipment that you can purchase at wholesale pricing, so that you can then move your corporation forward. So one of the things you got to do, you got to get that reseller's tax ID so that you can move your company forward.
Absolutely. MC, let me just say this, LaDonna. It goes right back to what you were saying earlier about the heart. Because if you can purchase your goods and services at wholesale instead of retail, that's going to improve what? Your cash
your
flow.
revenue. That's right.
Yeah, your cash flow, your revenue, your
Right.
profitability. That means that you can spend that money now instead of going someplace else and spending that money. You can spend that money on hiring an additional employee. So it's so important. So, guys, and again, and that's why I'm so proud to have you guys on the show, because you're entrepreneurs. You understand. And so when I ask you questions, I know I'm speaking to people who understand the struggle of small businesses. And so let's talk about what else is needed, guys. So let's continue to go with that. LaDonna, what else do you think is important besides marketing? Let's cover something else. We talk about being able to get a wholesale license and being able to buy your product at a better price. You talked about marketing strategy and being able to define what marketing, what avenues and where the results are coming. Because if you don't know where results are coming, you continue to do everything, and it don't lead you to a place where you're being successful. So, LaDonna, from your experience, what else do Black business owners need to understand when they're getting into business and they're trying to scale their business to the next level?
Well, they need to definitely understand that it all starts with a business plan. We have been struggling with businesses that don't start with a business plan. They start with a business idea. I have a great idea. I want to do this. I want to go into business. And they do everything necessary. They get their Zelle accounts, they get their, they know how to collect the money. But if you don't know what your cost profit margin is, if you don't actually know your cost assessment, you don't really know how much money you're not making. Because I mean, I see it all the time. There's grocery stores that have been mom and pa, and there's no business plan. But in that business plan, you have your executive summary, which also includes your marketing strategy, your budget, how much revenue you need to bring in order to make so much money. I had a conversation with my mentor a few days ago. Larry, you might know him. And we talked about the essence of time. How much time are you spending per day to make whatever dollars you're making? If you're wasting, and I'm saying this very lovingly, if you're wasting time on things that are not helping you to sustain your family, your business, then you're not in business. You're you're pretty much you're becoming a burden. So
Become
you have
a
to,
charity.
yeah, you become, yeah, you, and you'll need charity because there's so many times we want to help people because they'll pick up the phone. And I had a call yesterday, LaDonna, I want you to help me, and instantly I'm on guard because I want you to help me sounds like I want you to take time out of your day and do it for me for free. But they saved grace and said, and I'll pay you.
Come on now.
Okay. So this is someone that understands business, but that business plan has to be in place so that you can structure your business, knowing how much you need, how many widgets you need to sell, how many people you need to meet up with. I shout out to one of our members, Patriot Greens and Treats. They go door to door to door to door when it comes to restaurants. I'm sorry, when it comes to grocery stores. And that's how they close the sale. If you're not presenting yourself fully branded, already registered, certified, and ready to go to additional people. Because once you market, you have your target market. What are you going to say to them? You have to literally reach them in order for them to know you exist.
And you know what, LaDonna, let me talk about those widgets that these small businesses are selling, right? You need to sell enough widgets so that you can pay the experts that are around you. And I just want to flat out say it. So there's a certain amount of information that you can get for free from these experts that because some of everybody knows somebody that's in marketing and sales and print and graphic design and consulting, and you reach out to them. But one of the things that happens is you're going to get you're going to get a lower return on quality information the longer you reach out and you pull from those people without putting a dime in their pocket. You need to be able to sell some of your widgets to begin to pay some of these experts that are around you. Because listen, I'm just going to be flat out. I'm going to say it just like this: small businesses, if you keep calling, the quality of the information that you get will continue to decrease, and you will be moving off of low quality content. You want to pay these experts. And so if you got to sell an extra 15 widgets, an extra 20 widgets so that you can pay these experts, it is going to be a great investment, because the information, the high quality information that they can give you, can help you to 5x, 10x, 20x your business and sell even more widgets. We got to stop going to our experts and consistently asking them for free. And then we turn around and ask them for implementation for free.
Wow.
So listen, you need to.
I feel like I'm at church when the pastor knows my life. You're like, man, why is he talking about me?
Hey, but
Yeah.
guys, let me say this: is that that's why the business plan becomes important, because it gives you a pathway, and then you're always tweaking and making the business plan better. And but the other thing that you got to have, guys, and I'll just chime in, is that you got to have a banking relationship. You got to be intentional about developing a banking relationship, and you got to be able to find all sources of revenue, whether it be grants, whether it be traditional financing, whether it's crowd financing. So access to capital is one of the biggest challenges for Black businesses. And just think about if you're a family and you got more going out than you got coming in, you're in trouble. You're missing your credit card payment, your credit score is going down, you're being impacted. So it's important to make sure that we have a good banker. And we got to be intentional about developing not just one banking relationship, but a couple banking relationships. So put that as a part of your goal is, yeah, and that doesn't mean that you can go in there, you can open an account and you have a business bank
Thank
account.
you. Thank you. Unpack
Banking
that for
relationship is different. It means that that banker knows you, they understand your business plan, they understand where you're at, what you need. And when they understand that, they're more likely to help you because if they can see they can make money on you because you really have a solid business plan, a solid strategy, they're more likely to give you money. But a lot of times we go into the places, in the banks, and we don't have a clue. And I'll give you an example of that real quick, and I'm gonna be real quick, is that people come and say, "Hey, Larry, I want to take my business from 50,000 to half a million, and I want that to be net revenue." Well, guys, guess what? What has to happen in order for that to happen? So, LaDonna, I know we're getting close to our break, and but I'm gonna yield back because we're gonna talk about accountant, a lawyer. Those three things is what you need to have some contact with, and there's ways that you can do all that. LaDonna, back to you.
All right. Well, it's that time. I told you 9:45. We're going to go ahead and go to commercial break, and it's going to be a quick one. We'll be right back after this message. If you missed the Getting Down to Business 19th Annual Business Convention brought to you by the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce, well, here's your chance to pre-register for next year's 20th Anniversary Business Convention happening at the luxurious Wind Creek Casino in Homewood, Illinois, the summer of 2025. This is your chance to be a part of an unforgettable experience where industry leaders come together to connect, learn, and grow. Whether you're looking to expand your network, gain valuable insights, or showcase your business, this is the event of the year. And here's the best part. Pre-register now for just $50 at ilbcc.org, and the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce will match your $50 towards your full registration. But hurry, this offer is only available for a limited time. Don't miss out on this exclusive opportunity. Secure your spot today and let's make the 20th Anniversary Business Convention the best one yet. Visit ilbcc.org to pre-register now and double your investment in your future. See you at the Wind Creek Casino, summer of 2025. Brought to you by the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce.
Being a part of the chamber, being at these opportunities to present, but at the same time, you have to be willing to do the work so you can be ready for the opportunity because they are there. They are, as I love to say, cutting checks, but they're not going to cut you a check if you're not ready.
Yeah, and Ron, what I would say, if you're a very small business and you're struggling, we want to make sure that people understand is that doing business international requires a degree of business savvy and understanding. And we wouldn't want people to think that it is that easy, but it is easy. But you got to really be prepared. And the chamber job is to get you prepared so that you understand. So when we go on this trade mission coming up in December the 1st to the 9th, we're going to get you prepared. We're going to have meetings ahead of time in IT, technology, infrastructure, healthcare, all the major industries.
And we're back. We're back. So Larry was saying that, it's important to have a relationship with your bank. Yes, it is. But it's also important to have a great relationship with the Illinois State Black Chamber of
talk about it.
Commerce.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
You see, if you go to ilbcc.org and you click on that button that says membership, you will see that there are different membership plans that connect you with us. The reason why I have a mentor is because I'm a member. Okay. So, and
Mentors come via membership. I got you.
membership has its privileges. So if you go to ilbcc.org, you'll see startup business, and make sure we're not trying to report to the IRS and stuff. We do go based on revenue. So make sure you choose the correct membership type. We have startup, business community, signature, executive premier, and president circle. Get with the program. We've got a couple of callers. Larry, is it okay if I go to our callers?
Go right ahead, LaDonna.
All right, Lori. Hi, welcome to the Wake Up Show Chicago. You are on live.
Hey, Lori.
Thank you for taking my call. Good morning to your panel. I listen every week. You guys are very informative, particularly when you touch on issues like AI. You're being very forward-thinking and informing Black entrepreneurs and all entrepreneurs. But you may have frankly just answered my question. I do my business part-time consulting, but going into the new calendar year, I'm prayerfully going to expand to full-time and add some more elements. And because I'm scaling up, as Mr. Ivory says, and that would include the revenues, I wanted to know about the different tiers of membership that I think Ms. Raeh just referenced. I went to the website and I just saw sales and nonprofit category, and then I saw a small business category. So possibly I misinterpreted what I was reading.
Yeah, make
So
sure you go to
there were tiers.
ILBCC. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. It's ilbcc.org.
Yes, ma'am. When I clicked on membership, there's two buttons.
Mhm.
One says sales and nonprofit, and there's a price point for that. And then one says small business, and there's a price point for that. So maybe I'm trying to see if I would be small business, because I know you talked about tiers within small business.
You know what? What we could do is we can get her phone number offline, give her a
That's fine.
follow-up call. We're going to put you in contact with our membership team, and then they're going to walk you through that and get you indoctrinated and get you signed up. So our wonderful Dr. Al, if you can get her information for us, and then we're going to be back in contact with you probably Monday morning, and our membership team will give you a call.
And let me just ask Lori, the other side of this question is that tell us a little bit about what you're doing and what type of consulting work and you're going to be doing, because it's always important to get a chance to talk about what you're trying to achieve.
I wish we could, Larry, but Lori is now talking to Uncle Al.
Oh, okay.
We snatched her up. We got her information.
Yeah,
and so
did.
we want to make sure that she is able to select the right membership and go to the correct.
Yeah, she may be correct right website. So make sure we call her right away today to make sure, because I think she may be on the wrong website.
Okay, right. That's what it sounds like. All right, guys, make sure you go to ilbcc.org. That's ilbcc.org, and then hit membership. We're going to go to our next caller, which is Steve. Hi, Steve. Good morning, and welcome to the Wake Up Show, Chicago.
Yes, I wanted to say that I think this is an invaluable resource, because all too many people who want to get into business or perhaps have an existing business don't understand how to expand it, how to grow it into what they hope. I've been asked to speak at a number of symposiums and conferences, and I like to start the discussion by asking people, okay, if I gave you $1 million or $1 million line of credit, what would you do? And you'd be amazed at how many people will say, well, I'd buy this dream car, I'd buy all these material things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there laughing. I'm saying, what in heaven's name does that have to do with growing your business?
Exactly.
I mean, so because people, I will argue, there are people who say, I want to become a businessman and make a lot of money. And I'm like, no, actually, what you want to do is spend a lot of money.
Exactly.
And that's something entirely different. But actually growing a business, unfortunately, too many people, especially young people, don't have the patience. I've had young people who've sat in and I've said to them, well, okay, you grew your business by 15% this year. That's great. Over 4 years, 5 years, you're going to double what business you were doing just a few years ago. And then their response is, oh, well, that's ridiculous. That's going to take me forever to build anything. I'm like, yeah, that's the adult world of business. It is not Facebook where you become a billionaire overnight.
Steve, let me say this, Steve. Make sure that you give us your number, because we love to be able to connect you. Sounds like you have a common spirit of working together, and we love to be able to get connected to you.
So see, we're gonna take your information offline also. And and I have to co-sign with you, Steve. One of the things that that my circle of entrepreneurs do is we will randomly say, hey, $50,000 just dropped in your lap. You cannot use it for this, you cannot use it for that. What are you gonna use it for? And we already understand. You have to articulate what you're going to use that $50,000 for, whether it's going to be marketing or new equipment or staff. And the reason that we do that, and we give random numbers, $1 million, $200,000, is because what it forces us to do is to make a plan for money, because oftentimes money will land in our laps, and if you don't have a plan for that money, somebody else is going to have a plan for you. And so I love that exercise. It sounds just like what me and my entrepreneur friends do on a regular basis.
Hey guys, let me make this comment: is that there's different attitudes about success. Poor people think about paying their bills because that's a poor attitude. People who are middle class think about making enough money to enjoy some trip. Wealthy people think about how to make sure they get their money pregnant and it produces more money. That's
Ooh,
a whole different
wait a
attitude.
minute. Birth control? Hold up.
Pregnant
What?
money. Hey.
Yeah, they're trying to make that money make more money. Every time they think about it, if I put $1 in there, can I get $3 out? Can they get pregnant and have triplets, quadruplets, and grow exponentially? And that's really kind of what we're talking about. How to make your money. Where you want to get to is where money is making money for you. And it's so important in terms of how we think about ourselves, how we think about our business. And with the wrong attitude, you can just stay. And it doesn't mean that you're wrong. It simply means that it's not taking you where you want to get to, guys.
My great friend Nathan Edmonds from the Empowerment Zone, he always said that every morning money wakes up looking for an opportunity, and your job is to introduce money to opportunity. And so,
Absolutely.
that money is supposed to go out there and work for you. So, yes.
Well, and that's what I say to LaDonna and MC and Lord Mike and Buddy Love, all our team, and we understand that when we got money and resources, there's so many things we can do, and I cannot see. A lot of us are in pain, and we're in pain because of lack of resources, and we can't rely upon government, even though there's a lot of grants out there. We got to find a way of being exceptional at business and making business make money for us so that we can do the things we want to do to take care of our families. All of us love our kids, we love our family. And when we have millions of dollars in the bank, because we've grown our business, because we've studied what needs to be done, and great athletes, and I'll give this parallel, great athletes who win the Olympics, they work hard. They didn't just get there because they decided they wanted to be in the Olympics. They had to train. They had to understand how to be more efficient, how to run faster, jump higher, or do whatever the skill trade is. You must master business in a way that you become so efficient by using AI, by using marketing, by having the right network, by belonging to the right organization. When you do those things, you put yourself in a position to where you can have generational wealth and that your families and your future families never have to worry about money again in your life. That's what's exciting. That's the kind of conversation I want to have, guys.
I know that's right.
Well, Larry, I can truly, I want to say this. We've gotten quite a few testimonials from some of our members. They have nothing but good things to say about the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce that's been around since 1997. I want to say thank you for spearheading this chamber, the membership, the committees that we have. We have 12 standing committees. And because of those committees, we're able to segment concentration on certain industries for our members and obviously lobby and fight for Black business. So kudos to you and the chamber for being a spearhead and an opportunity of resources for small businesses and medium and large businesses. So thank you.
And you know what? Let me articulate that. Larry, we often say we have 12 standing committees. Let me tell you what that actually means. And Larry, if I overstep, listen, slide in and correct me. But what that means is you have an opportunity to, once you join and become a member, you can then become a part of those committees of like-minded businesses that are trying to do the same thing that you're doing. So they may be ahead of you, they may be behind you. You talking about you're able to work with it, you're able to talk the talk, with people who are in your industry. So you might be in construction. Well, you get to have conversations with those people, and it becomes almost like a mentorship program. It becomes people who you can pull on and call that are part of the chamber, that are in your industry. That is what these standing committees are here for, and they're here to advocate for the things that they're here to advocate for those things within the state of Illinois that you need done. So I think we have the banking and financial, the cannabis, the contracting and construction, and a few others as well. So
Oh, absolutely, MC. And let me say, guy, when you think about targeting industries like IT and technology, we have an IT team. If you're in IT and technology, you want to be a part of that IT team because we meet with Do It, which is the largest arm, which does most of all of the IT for the state of Illinois. They spend billions of dollars. We're in meetings with that leadership. We're talking about what are the challenges with IT companies, and we're working as a team to make sure that whatever barriers that exist, that we overcome those barriers and put more opportunities and money into your pockets. So again, we got a lot to talk about. I love what we do. I am proud to have found my passion and to find what really brings me joy. It brings me joy to help Black businesses succeed. And when our businesses win contract, it is the ultimate high for me to make sure those businesses take their business to the next level. And I am so proud of all the work that all of us has done in making these things happen. So back to my team here at MC. I can keep wanting to say MC Hammer, but MC
He's
Pearson
over here
World
doing
Chamber
that.
and the incredible LaDonna Raeh. Hey guys, close us out. What you got to say before we close out?
Man, make sure you go to ilbcc.org. Don't forget to tune in with us each and every Saturday at 9 a.m. on WVON and iHeartRadio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I want to see those numbers go up. Y'all claim to like Black folks. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com/, The Wake Up Show Chicago. Look for it. And I want to see those subscriptions go up. And we'll see you next Saturday on The Wake Up Show. I thought everybody was going to join in with me. All right. Peace.
Hey.